Section 13-1, Surface Areas of Cylinders. Part 1, Parts of a Cylinder. A cylinder is a three-dimensional figure with two parallel circular bases that are the same side. This is a cylinder. We have the bases of a cylinder. The base of a cylinder is one of a pair of parallel circular faces that are the same size. You have a top and a bottom. Both of these are your bases, and they are the same size. The height of a cylinder is the length of a perpendicular segment that joins the planes of the bases. In a right cylinder, a segment representing the height joins the center of the bases. We've talked about the height of a figure is from the highest point of the figure straight down perpendicular to the lowest point of a figure. In this topic, you may assume that all cylinders are right cylinders unless noted. In other words, we can assume that our cylinders are straight up 90 degrees. The lateral surface area, or the lateral surface of a cylinder, is the curved surface not included in the bases. So the lateral surface of a cylinder is the curved surface not included in the bases. So it's your side, it's the side going around. It does not include the bases. That is your lateral surface of a cylinder. So with all of that information, let's begin looking at part 1, this problem. Finding surface area of cylinders. A set of candles come in a cylindrical package. Use the net to find the surface area of the cylindrical package. Use 3.14 for pi. All right, so they have drawn the net for us, okay? So think about this cylinder. If it was opened up, you would have this circle would come up. This side, the round part of the cylinder that goes around, you could lay it open, and it would be a rectangle. And then you have the bottom part of the cylinder, which would be another circle. So this is the net of the cylinder, okay? So you see we have a circle here. This was our circle on top. This is our circle on bottom, and the two bases are the same size. And then the outside of the cylinder would form the rectangle. So we're going to use the net to find the surface area. Surface area is finding the area of all three parts, okay? So the first thing we need to do is we need to find the area of each circle. Okay, find the area of each circle. Well, you have a formula sheet that gives you the area of a circle. The area of a circle is pi r squared. I have area of a circle and I have circumference of a circle. But this time I'm finding area, so we need to use area is equal to pi r squared. So that's my formula. Area is equal to pi r squared. All right, we will use 3.14 as pi, okay? And what is r? Well, when I look at my circle, I see that I have the distance from one point of the circle through the center to the opposite side of the circle. That is your diameter. Your diameter is 50 millimeters. Well, your radius is equal to your diameter divided by 2, okay? Your radius is equal to your diameter divided by 2. In other words, your radius is half the length of your diameter. So to find your radius, you would take 50 divided by 2. Therefore, your radius is 25 millimeters. Okay? So to find my area, I will have area is equal to 3.14 times R, which is 25 squared. So you can punch this in your calculator. Area is equal to 3.14 times 25 times 25. That's going to give you 625, okay? You can double check that on your calculator. We do exponents first. 25 times 25 is 625. And so when you multiply 3.14 times 625, you end up with 1,962.5. Okay, 1,962.5, and that is millimeters squared. Area is always your units squared. Okay, so we found the area of each circle. All right. So since the bases of the cylinder are congruent, the areas of the circle in the net are equal. All right, so we know that we have found the area of each circle. Now, next let's find the area of the rectangle. Remember, the walls of your cylinder will roll out, and it will make the net be a rectangle, okay? So we're finding the area of the rectangle. We'll use your formula sheet to find the area of a rectangle. It's a parallelogram. A square, a rhombus, a rectangle, any of these, to find the area, you will use area is equal to base times the height. Any four-sided figure that's closed and is a polygon is a parallelogram. So we will use the formula for a rectangle is area is equal to base times height. All right? So looking at my figure, we have the base of this rectangle would be 157, and your height is 90. Okay, your height, highest to the lowest point, 90 degrees. We've got all these right angles in so your height is 90 and your base is 157. So therefore I have area is equal to 157 times 90. So the area of this rectangle is 14,130. And again, that is millimeters squared. All right? So now we know the area of the rectangle. So to determine the surface area, we must add the area of all three of these figures that we see in the net. So I have a net here, okay? So let's add all three of these together. So to find the surface area of a cylinder, you will add the area of the circle. Now there's two of them, plus the area of the other circle, plus the area of the rectangle. You will add them together, and that will be the answer to our question for them asking us to find the surface area. So we found the area of the circle to be 1,962.5, and we know that our two circles, our two bases, are the same value. So I'm going to write that down twice, add those together, plus the area of the rectangle we found to be 14,130. So when you add those together, we get 18,055. Therefore, the surface area of a cylinder is about 18,055 millimeters squared. Area and surface area are squared. Their units are squared.